What we're seeing is a proliferation of SaaS, really. So most of the data is siloed. It's all over the place, and it's not actually owned by any business. They're all sitting in these SaaS products. And then on top of that, there's so much external data that's being available in so many diverse data sources that businesses end up with these siloed, the siloed data, which really is very inefficient and makes making informed decisions and reporting really, really difficult and very hard to trust. So I think that's, this problem is just getting worse and worse just because there's more data and more SaaS. Where's it going to go? And I think where it doesn't get any better as well is the solutions in the marketplace for this problem are actually just another SaaS product. So where we help businesses, we really help them gain their data independence. So we can help them create a single source of truth which they will own and can build upon so that they have a data set that they can really trust and rely on. We consolidate and validate the data so it's in one place and it's correct and it's something that you can trust. I think that is where we help businesses and they get the most value out of that. Then there is a data governance piece, or is the data there? Has it gotten in on a timely basis, and do the right people have access? So having those capabilities that Synetec provide can make a big difference to businesses. Well, firstly, I think Excel is great. I mean, I don't think businesses are going to be moving away from Excel not in a hurry anyway. I think where it's really good is in terms of its flexibility and its ability to pull and manipulate data. Where it can get fragile and where we really help businesses is actually if there are workflows, if there's data management, or there is actually a data store that is required. Excel is really not the best tool for that. So what we can really do is help that in terms of create a data store, help with the workflows, and then still allow Excel to go on the front of that so that the flexibility is still there. But from a fragility perspective and a reliability perspective, we help take that issue away and an over-reliance on Excel where it's not really supposed to be used. I think it's always going to continue to be a challenge. The way to mitigate against it is twofold, really. I think it's documentation and knowledge sharing, both internal and external to the team. And then secondly, it's really about usage of some really cool tools and processes that allow a code base to be more manageable. So in other words, making sure certain standards are met, standardization, so other parties, other developers, both internal and external, can pick it up at any point. Those are the two main strategies. The biggest challenges with smaller teams and smaller firms as they're evolving is first and foremost key man risk. That's always and always will be. Then I think is the creation of tech debt. And that's not just to do with a smaller team, but it's more to do with evolving custom software as well. That's pretty natural. And then really around expertise. So a well-functioning software development process requires quite a diverse set of expertise that are just fundamentally going to be lacking in a smaller team. Where Synetec can really help is we've been delivering custom software since 2009. So we're pretty good at understanding what the process looks like from start to finish, and we have the diverse skill sets in-house so we can support customers where they need on an on-demand basis, which makes it possible for them to eliminate some of that key man risk and actually become more efficient by supporting their teams better. One of the biggest challenges is data, and I think it's pretty well documented. Someone said, it's not my quote, but someone said, everyone wants clean data, but no one wants to pay for it. And I think that's fundamentally a biggest problem. I think moving on from that integration, especially with more legacy systems, they're not easy to integrate with. So you got all this cool functionality and these capabilities, but it's not so easy to integrate with that. And then the expertise. Everyone's talking about AI, but actually how many proven skills are there out there in terms of individuals that know what they have the experience with AI. I think we mitigate against the risk by firstly understanding the data privacy laws quite well. We understand what data can and can't be shared with any external models or AI models that are out there. And I think secondly, it's also understanding that depending on what those large language models, how they've been trained, they can have biases. So again, that just is something that needs to be watched out for, depending on how you're using the AI and what you're using it for.